Well, after a long few months of waiting, it appears that the new version of the Judgment Day is officially now underway. So we'll see what's new for Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and the rest of the Judgment Day. Starting things off with Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. This match included the narrative of Rhea Ripley having her shoulder come out of place, popping it back in, and fighting through the match like an absolute warrior. But something that Rhea wasn't actually prepared for was Dominik Mysterio acting strange throughout the entire match. And we're talking way before the actual betrayal moment itself. You could still see some unusual behavior coming from Dominik Mysterio at ringside. Whenever Rhea was looking at him, Dominik would have a huge smile on his face. But when Rhea looked away, that big smile was instantly gone off of Dominik's face. And that was because the smile wasn't genuine at all. He was faking it, obviously, until the big moment came. But Dominik still faked it pretty well. He did push Rhea out of harm's way to take the dive from Liv Morgan. So things were still looking okay. But things took a big turn for the worst when Dominik snatched the chair out of Rhea Ripley's hands. And like the commentator said at first, that wasn't Dominik turning on Rhea. He was just doing the right thing and telling Rhea that she can't win the title with a disqualification, which is true. But since when has Dominik been known to really play by the rules? So even that encounter was just fishy and very strange. But moments later, Dominik caused a distraction which allows Liv Morgan to use the chair to her advantage and pin Rhea Ripley successfully. This was Rhea Ripley's first pinfall loss in nearly 800 days. She was pinned in May 2022 by Liv Morgan, and now, all these years later, she's pinned by Liv Morgan again in a very shocking fashion. And after the match, fans were curious to see if Dominik Mysterio kept the act going, that him helping Liv Morgan retain was just an accident. But that's not what they did at all. Dominik Mysterio wasn't hiding anything. He lifted Liv Morgan up off the ground, checked on her, kissed her, and walked to the back with his arm around Liv Morgan, all while Rhea Ripley was heartbroken in the ring. So it's a pretty insane moment because it was a heel turn for Dominik Mysterio, while he was already a big heel in the first place. So just really doubling down on the evil status of his character. But this moment does raise more questions than answers. Had Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio been working with each other this whole entire time, since King of the Ring, back in May, and everything has been a big trap since then? Or did Dominik Mysterio just recently decide to join Liv Morgan within the last few weeks? Hopefully the next few weeks of Raw gives us that answer, because that's something everyone wants to know. Has Liv Morgan and Dominik been playing everyone this entire time and purposely setting up this trap for SummerSlam, just so that Liv Morgan can score that big win and Dominik could embarrass Rhea on a big stage? After that match took place, Liv Morgan ended her social media hiatus and posted several pictures from SummerSlam, even mocking Rhea in one post by saying that everything Rhea once loved and held is now hers. Liv and Dominik even took to Twitter to show that they went out for dinner after the show, and Liv got Dominik a whole bunch of chicken tenders. Rhea Ripley's real-life husband, Buddy Matthews, even got himself trending with the storyline by taking to Twitter and posting a message to AEW's Tony Khan, asking him if he can go help Rhea Ripley real quick. Obviously, that was meant to be a joke because it doesn't seem like a WWE and AEW collaboration is happening anytime soon, so there's no real meaning to that post. But how crazy it would have been for Buddy Matthews to pop in and save the day for Rhea Ripley. Not to mention that Dominik and Buddy Matthews have some history together, after Buddy was dating Aaliyah Mysterio in a Thunderdome storyline a few years back. So that would have been a pretty crazy one to revisit that history there. But there's no more lies, no more tricks. Liv Morgan and Dominik are officially a couple on WWE television. And we've seen several WWE couples on television over the last few years, from baby faces to heels, but none of them really to the magnitude of Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio. It's the perfect WWE couple that really has the crowd in the palm of their hands. The pairing may just generate the strongest reaction from live crowds that we've seen a WWE couple generate in quite a long time. So the future of this pairing and storyline is very exciting. The boos on Raw when they come out over the next few weeks should absolutely be over the top and continue to grow by the week. The other question fans are wondering about is, why would Dominik Mysterio even do such a thing and betray Rhea Ripley in such a crazy fashion? Well, we'll have to see that reasoning Dominik gives to the audience, but some fans think the answer may be found back in 2022. Before Dominik broke and turned heel to join the Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley would make her mission to hunt Dominik Mysterio down every single week on Raw and beat him down. The violence between Dominik and Rhea would obviously vanish once Dominik joined the group and turned heel, but could that be the reason? Did Dominik not forget about all those bad times that Rhea put him through, and that's what he was getting back at her for? Because when you look at it through those lenses, then yeah, Liv Morgan never unleashed brutal attacks on Dominik the way Rhea did. All Liv Morgan ever did was try to give Dominik Mysterio everything he wanted and treat him the way he probably wanted to be treated from Rhea. So maybe bits and pieces of all those details will be in the explanation. Let's switch over to another big betrayal of the night for the Judgment Day, because things weren't over for them after that betrayal. Following the events of Dominik screwing over Rhea, Damian Priest runs into the Judgment Day locker room looking for Dominik, but he wasn't there. Damian accuses Finn Balor of knowing about Dominik and Liv being in on the whole thing, but then apologizes to Finn Balor for that accusation. And later during Damian Priest's title match, Finn Balor comes out to cheer on Damian Priest. But right when Damian is about to beat Gunther, Finn puts Gunther's foot on the ropes, making another big moment of betrayal within the Judgment Day. After Damian saw what Finn did, this led to several big distractions, and eventually led to Gunther defeating Damian Priest for the world title. So not one, but two betrayals within the Judgment Day, and basically both elder members of the group being kicked out by those who were the closest to them. Damian betrayed by Finn, and Rhea betrayed by Dominik. Finn's betrayal in the fashion it was done in does make it seem like Damian was right in what he accused Finn of being a part of. It definitely seems possible that Finn Balor was in and aware of everything going on between Liv Morgan and Dominik, and went along with it because he wanted Rhea and Damian gone from the group. So those two betrayals obviously changed the Judgment Day forever. The two longest and original members of the group, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, aren't walking back into the Judgment Day's locker room after SummerSlam, so they're now out of the group. The Judgment Day now consists of Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Carlito, Dominik Mysterio, and potentially Liv Morgan. If Liv Morgan gets an official seat in the Judgment Day while Rhea gets kicked out, that would be an insane conclusion to her revenge plot. So massive, drastic changes for the Judgment Day are coming up here, with Damian and Rhea now looking from the outside in. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.